Spending 7 days in Paris is plenty of time to check out the biggest highlights and immerse ourselves in that world-famous Parisian spirit. When it comes to international travel, or any kind of travel for that matter, having a plan can make all the difference. This itinerary is perfect for going to Paris for the first time. Note that the itinerary starts on Monday, but your vacation may not, so you will have to start on another day. If you come on Wednesday, start with Wednesday. On Saturday, start with Saturday, and so on. The guide will include prices, but they may change depending on when you are watching this video. Let's start with Monday. Monday is Eiffel Tower Day. You will start your day at Paul Bakery to grab a quick breakfast before walking to La Galerie d'Or. The bakery is located near Champs-Élysées and is perfect to grab a quick pastry and coffee. La Galerie d'Or Museum presents a carefully curated history of one of France's most legendary fashion houses, using images and objects, but also room after room of stunning gowns, many never before displayed to the general public. After the museum, walk along the Seine River to Le New York restaurant, where you will have your lunch with a view of the Eiffel Tower. After lunch, visit the Palais de Chaillot Plaza with the best view of the tower. It is a great place to view the Eiffel Tower, but it's very popular among tourists, so if you want to take a picture of the tower without other people in it, go to Avenue de Camins. It's a much less known spot, perfect for taking pictures with the Eiffel Tower. Next, cross the bridge to take a closer look. Go to the left to Rue de l'Université Street, where you will have another beautiful location for photos or just viewing. Next, you will visit the Army Museum and Napoleon's tomb. The museum was built in 1677 and includes many historical landmarks in its complex, like Napoleon's tomb. Next, check out Église Saint-François Xavier, a beautiful Catholic church not far from the museum. For dinner, go to Bistro Chez France that serves traditional French cuisine. Tuesday itinerary. Grab pastries for breakfast at Mamiche and Coffee from Café Marlette, located further down the street. Croissant and coffee are always a good choice. Your next destination is the Basilica, a Roman Catholic church located at the summit of the hill of Montmartre. After Basilica, check out a few notable streets and squares in Montmartre. First is the small square Place du Tertre, known for many artists that set up their easels each day to paint tourists. It is also known as a center of modern art in Montmartre. Next, walk towards Rue de la Beauvois, a picturesque street with the famous restaurant La Maison Rose. On your way to the lunch spot, check out St. Vincent Cemetery, which opened in 1831. Grab lunch at Café Restaurant Suzanne. You can sit on a terrace outside and enjoy the view. Then take a walk to the Wall of Love, located in small Jehan Rictus Square. The wall displays I love you in many languages. The wall became even more popular because of the TV show Emily in Paris, as well as Rue de la Beauvois Street. On your way to the Museum of Romantic Life, visit Les Objets qui Parlent, an antique curiosity shop filled with objects of all kinds. Next is the Museum of Romantic Life. The museum displays numerous memorabilia of the romantic literary figure George Sand, paintings and sculptures of famous French artists. The last destination of the day is Brasserie Bouillon Pigalle, where you must get their classic French onion soup. Wednesday. Wednesday is Louvre Day, but before going there, have brunch at Acai and You, Odeon. You will walk a lot in the Louvre, so you need a lot of energy from the meal. After that, cross the river and walk towards the Louvre, but don't use the main entrance to the museum. Go to this place. The coordinates will be in the guide and enter the museum. This way, you will avoid a big line outside, but you must have your online ticket ready. Next, go to Kodawari Ramen, an authentic Japanese ramen restaurant that has a Michelin star and is famous for its decorations. Make sure to scan the QR code near the door to get a queue number. While you're near, check out Jardin du Palais Royal, a beautiful garden inside a 17th century palace. Next, go to the Basilica of Notre Dame de Victoire, built in 1628 in classical French style. After the church, walk down the Galerie Vivienne passage to the Librairie Jusaume, one of the oldest bookstores in Paris. Get yourself a book and go to the Bibliothèque Nationale de France. The National Library of France. The reading room or the Oval Room is free to access. To end the day, go to Pizzeria Popular, a well-known pizza place in Paris. Thursday, grab breakfast at La Parisienne Madame Bakery and walk to Jardin du Luxembourg. You can enjoy your breakfast while sitting on one of the benches. The garden has beautiful sculptures throughout and magnificent fountains. If you have heard about French pharmacies, you know that they offer high-quality, brand-name skincare products at excellent pricing with discounts. You might want to visit this one next. It is located just 7 minutes away from the garden. On your way to the Pantheon, check out the Medici Fountain. It is one of the most beautiful places in the city. Next is the Pantheon, originally a church and now a mausoleum that, since 1791, has served as the resting place of some of France's greatest thinkers. After Pantheon, go to Oi Sushi Restaurant for lunch. Then walk to Arène de Lutèce, one of the most important ancient Roman remains in Paris. Constructed in the 1st century AD, this theater could once seat 15,000 people and was also used as an amphitheater to show gladiatorial combats. Next, check out Shakespeare & Company, an iconic English bookstore located across the Notre Dame Cathedral. After the bookstore, check out the cathedral itself. At the moment, it is still under construction, but the view is still impressive. On your way to Musée Carnavalet, visit the parish church of Saint Paul of St. Louis. It was the first church in Paris to break away entirely from the Gothic style and use the new Baroque style. Next, Musée Carnavalet. The museum is dedicated to the history of the city and is free to visit. It contains furnished rooms from different periods of Paris history, historic objects, and a very large collection of paintings of Paris life. And the last destination of the day is L'As du Falafel, an iconic Middle Eastern eatery in Paris for falafels, shawarma, and kebabs. Friday, get breakfast at St. Pearl Cafe. A charming little cafe serves tasty French-Japanese fusion drinks, desserts, breakfast, and brunch. Then go straight to the Musée d'Orsay. A former railway station, now a museum, houses the largest collection of Impressionist and Post-Impressionist masterpieces in the world. After the museum, walk down the river to see booksellers called bouquinistes of used and antique books and rare vintage postcards who trade along large sections of the bank of the Seine. Check out 2 more stores on your way to lunch. First is Studio 7L, a bookstore. The former photo studio of Karl Lagerfeld is dedicated to the latest works in the visual arts. The second is Officine Universelle Bully, 1803, a French brand offering luxury products for body, face, and home. The shop has a vintage apothecary style, a calligrapher, and other personal engravings on some of the items. Have lunch at this Asian fusion restaurant serving traditional Thai and Chinese dishes. After lunch, go to Tuileries Gardens, designed in 1664 with beautiful ponds and iconic green chairs where you can sit and relax. Next, Petit Palais, a fine arts museum, carries a large collection of paintings, sculptures, and other objects, mainly from the 19th and 20th centuries. The entrance to the museum is free. On your way to Galerie Lafayette Haussmann, visit La Madeleine, a Catholic church designed in the neoclassical style, is a monument to the glory of Napoleon's armies. The next destination is a 130-year-old luxury department store, the biggest department store chain in Europe, with luxury brand shops, a glass dome ceiling, and free access rooftop with a view of the Eiffel Tower. You can shop for gifts inside, then go to the rooftop to enjoy the view of the city. Next, take a 15-minute stroll to Vaudeville, a classic French restaurant opened since 1918 with amazing seafood. Saturday, grab breakfast pastries at Union Boulangerie Bakery and coffee at Coutume Poissonnière Café, a short walk from one another. Then take a train to the Palace of Versailles, former royal residence commissioned by King Louis XIV. The Palace of Versailles is a visual history of French architecture from the 1630s to the 1780s. To explore the palace and the gardens, it can take a few hours, so I recommend coming as early as you can. Next, explore the city of Versailles and have lunch at Restaurant La Suite. Head back to Paris by train and go straight to Bateau Station near the Eiffel Tower. Bateau is a river cruise service that visits the main attractions along the Seine River, the Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame Cathedral, the Louvre, and so much more. The cruise will take about 2 hours to make a round-trip loop. And the last destination of the day is Italian restaurant Mucus le Ucuri, a short walk from the Eiffel Tower. Sunday. Grab breakfast at Boulangerie Liberté Bakery, offering high-concept takes on traditional breads, tarts, and cookies. The next destination is Jacques Chirac Museum of Braine-l'Alleud. The museum collection comprises more than 1 million objects, featuring the indigenous art and cultures of Africa, Asia, Oceania, and the Americas. After the museum, grab lunch at Noura Trato, the first and one of the most popular Lebanese restaurants in Paris. On your way to the Arc de Triomphe, check out Saint Pierre de Chaillot, a very unique-looking Catholic church right next to the restaurant. Walk down the iconic Avenue des Champs-Élysées. The street is full of beautiful buildings, stores, and restaurants. On your walk, visit Galeries Lafayette Champs-Élysées, another mall on the itinerary, but just as beautiful inside. And the last destination of the day is the Kitchen, a highly rated restaurant near the Galeries Lafayette. The whole itinerary, including museum tickets and food for 7 days, will cost you around €500. This is how your trip plan will look on the phone. I recommend using Notion, but there are more options in the description. First, you can see a to-do list with tickets and restaurant reservations that you must get first. The earlier, the better. Next is the actual itinerary in the form of a checklist. Each name of a place has a link to Google Maps location. Under it is the distance between places. And the last thing is a list of your tips for your trip. The whole thing can be read in under 2 minutes, so don't skip it. The itinerary is totally free on all platforms. Check it out in the description below the video. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you want to see similar content. If you have suggestions on how to improve the quality of our videos, please write them down in the comments. Thank you. Bye.